I didn't hear any. Hi.
You didn't hear the music?
No.
New intro.
I like that intro.
Yeah.
Oh, I was sitting over here like, oof. And
Yeah, I couldn't even hear it. You know what? The gods are trying to tell me something. But go ahead.
Now today ain't your day today, Shahida. But let's just acknowledge happy birthday, Shahida.
Happy birthday, Shahida.
So, yeah.
I can't believe that I am 56.
Girl, don't put our ages out there like that because we right behind you. Now you done spilled all our tea.
Everybody knows Kristen announced kids. You right behind me. What? I'm just shocked. How'd I get to be
I'm
this
not
old?
shocked. Listen, we made it this far, number one, and we still look good. Hey, no shade. We look damn good to be damn near almost 60.
I got a hat on for a reason.
60 over here. 60
And
over
we
here.
got welcome our girl, our sister's back, Ms. Vanessa Williams.
I forgot you turned 60.
Yes.
I got to be there too, you know. But I'm stopping right now. 56 is it. I'm going to be 56 in some months for the next 20 years.
Girl, please, no. Well, welcome, Vanessa. The hardest working woman in show business right now. Jesus fucking Christ.
About to leave.
Listen to me.
She's
I'm laying in
about
bed.
to leave for London.
Huh?
She's about to leave for London. Go ahead, Ness. Can you talk about it or not?
Well, let me finish first. Listen to me. I am laying in bed. I'm exhausted. I'm laying in bed being a lazy piece of shit on a regular, looking at your IG stories and all your Instagram posts. And I'm just like, oh, she's there. Oh, she's doing that. Oh, it's late. Like, it's like midnight and she's out doing this. I'm like, I'm tired. I like roll over my bed, pull my duvet over myself, and I go to sleep. Girl, whatever it is that you're taking, I'm going to need you to bottle that and sell it because you're about to be a gazillionaire and I need some of that because I'm tired. I want to go to bed right now. And it's for...
I hear you.
So you're going to London. So tell us what's going on.
I'm waiting for my deal to be completed. But once that is done, then I'll be going to London to do the workshop of Devil Wears Prada. So for the West End. So yeah. So
are you going to be, was it Miranda?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. How long?
Well, the workshop is for 3 weeks, and then we go out of town over in the UK, like late spring, summer, and then we start in London rehearsals in September. So we should be open probably October, and so we're definitely doing Gaga's 85th in London, Sunday, December 8th. Put it on your calendars. Get your tickets ready. Because that'll be my day off. So December 8th, Gaga's 85th in London. Book your tickets now. Yeah, of course.
Well, I know Tanya is like a family member, but I can come too because I want to see the play.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's crazy because I was it'll be late, but I was just planning my Christmas, which I don't celebrate Christmas, but I was going to do Christmas in London this year.
There you go.
Oh, we are doing it up. And let me know if I need to get a ball gown because I'm going to get some tape-ins. Oh, I'm going to get a whole ass weave and a whole makeup job. I'm showing up and showing out. Shut up, Chris.
Wait a second. So
you can't steal any of her men, Tanya. So
no.
just relax.
Well, Gaga's gonna have to. Well, Gaga and Vanessa can introduce me to people. I'm a single woman.
I'm talking about Gaga's men. You can't steal them.
No, I don't want. No. Well, maybe if Gaga's men has like some grandsons or some sons that are, that's money. I ain't fucking with no relationship unless you got some money at this point.
Amen to that.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about the love anymore for me. It ain't about nothing. It's about what you bring to the table. I need some money because I'm already successful and I'm doing me. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired laying in bed watching Vanessa Williams IG stories.
Priority.
Right. So listen, all right. So December the 8th, I'm there. Shahida, we're there. We got to plan it so that we can fly out together and have some drinks on the plane and act up, get our hotel together.
I gotta figure it out now because I already made plans for Christmas.
Oh, I already
I
said I was going to do a spa for Christmas, but I will be at Gaga's 85th birthday party, and I'll just do a spa out there in London and bring my happy ass back to Boston. What'd you say, Chris?
Let's talk. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about.
We got to go. So, we got to talk about it quick. Chris is on the time thing. All right, Married at First Sight.
Exactly.
I wanted to love it. I really did, and it went downhill pretty quickly.
Can we just
last night?
Let's first up bring up Michael. Michael is a masochist because for me, I'm not. If I am publicly humiliated on national television, the last thing I want to do is do this again.
But that wasn't his fault.
I get it though.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. It was just right. So why not having a second chance? I don't know about the girl they matched up with him because she don't look like she would be his type. She's not, but hey, I mean, she can try it again.
Or let me be the conspiracy theorist on this one. I'm thinking that Lifetime cut his ass a check and he's getting paid for this. Because this season is so bad. You've got Michael getting left at the altar. You've got Orion just being a bitch ass and his hurting his old feelings, and he doesn't want to be married to Lauren anymore. But yet he shows up and wants to play Dr. Phil. We'll talk about that. And then you've got Claire.
The first time that 3 couples before the couch are gone. 3 couples.
So they need it's like a desperation ploy for me at this point, where it's like, okay, Michael, we're going to give you this opportunity, but I'm thinking they might be breaking Michael off some ducats to
They all get paid.
I think they all get paid, but I'm going to say that Michael might be getting paid just a little bit more at this point because they're bringing him back. Because now, I mean, what is it going to do? It's going to go down from what was it, 3 couples to now 2?
Yeah.
So they gotta bring somebody back because ain't nobody gonna watch it and see Brennan and Emily and Becca in Austin. Ew.
Brennan the serial killer. Would you trust him alone at night in any room? No.
Listen, my grandmother told me years ago when I was a kid, it's all in the eyes. If you look at somebody's eyes and it just looks like there's nothing there, they have 0 soul. And that's how I've based my relationships, my friendships and stuff from here on in. Mike, when they show Brennan, he's just sitting there like, and I'm like, bro, you gonna kill somebody if he hasn't killed somebody. I think he done ran everybody off, and I think Married. I know we're all over the place right now, but I'm just gonna say this, and then we'll go back to Michael. With regards to Brennan, I think Brennan exhausted every avenue of dating in Denver to the point where Married at First Sight was his last resort to find somebody. But we'll see as the season goes on. Okay, let's go back to Michael. I agree with you. I forgot who said it, Chris or Shahida, that said the girl that he's paired with, because I did watch the after party after all. And I saw the preview and I saw the girl that he's matched up with, and I was like,
Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't think that.
Isn't there the black woman who's the expert? She's always in the couch and she's in love with Michael.
Dr. Pia?
I forget her. Dr. Pia.
Is it Pia or no?
Yeah, it's Pia. Dr. Pia. Dr. Pia.
She loves him, right? Well, she should just snatch him up because
She's married.
Dr. Pia, listen to me. Dr. Pia, when they were, did you peep Dr. Pia's facial expressions? I was fully relating to her because I wear my expressions on my face, and Dr. Pia, when the three of them, Cal, what's her name?
Pepper,
and Pia. Oh my God, Pia. Jesus Christ. When they were talking to Michael, and Pepper and Cal were kind of like apologetic to Michael, and here's Pia. Pia's like her face was saying what she really wanted to say. Like, bruh, like, if I were you, I'd take your ass on home, cut your loss, and let's move on. Move on, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we got about Michael. We'll have to see next week.
He's an odd guy. I mean, there's a lot to deal with. The haircut, the razor cut, the glasses, I mean.
Did you see the after party this? He cut his hair.
He cut his hair. He looks so much different and better.
He looks terrible.
You think it looks better?
With the new haircut?
No, he looks terrible with the new haircut. It's awful.
Oh, I didn't think it was bad. I liked it better than all the hair.
Listen to me. I'm not into a guy. That doesn't like fancy me, like a guy that has like a little swoop or bouffant or whatever, but it worked for him. Yeah. That little short haircut that he showed up with, I was like,
I didn't like it.
What is that?
I'd rather it be short.
No, I didn't like it. I thought he looked, oh God, forgive me. I thought he looked like a cancer patient. Terrible. He looked very
not even that short.
He looked sickly. And maybe it's because he's also skinny. He's just skinny. No.
But he was dressed differently on the after show too. It wasn't all flamboyant as he has before. Like, I think on the show he had like floral pants on. I was not feeling that. He doesn't carry clothes well. But I'm hoping the best for him. I did not think that they're paying him extra. I feel like if you signed up for that and then you got the opportunity to do it again, of course you're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
So I was expecting to see him, but let's go move on to somebody else.
Me personally, I wouldn't say yes. That's just, I can't do that. I wouldn't be.
But you wouldn't have signed up, would you? Would you sign up?
No, I wouldn't sign up because I wouldn't sign up because I don't know.
But somebody who signs up,
y'all know me.
That's where they're gonna go.
Y'all know me. I ain't going out there like that unless I was getting paid, though. I might do it.
Okay, let's talk about Brennan and poor Emily, because I'm scared for her. I got the serial killer vibes too for a long time, and I feel like he grabs on her, touches her aggressively on camera, and nobody's acknowledging it.
I don't even know where to go with this. I have notes. I forgot to pull up my notes. But
that dinner that they had,
he's so disengaged with her.
Extremely.
He don't care. He's like, I normally run one day at a time. It's like, well, then just end the whole. He seems miserable, and she's miserable just because she's just like. He's like,
but more than miserable,
I'm so upset.
Mean.
You don't think I'm so upset? And he's like, no, I couldn't. He is so disengaged and don't care anything about the child. So I'm trying to figure out, why is he still in it? He should have said, when they said on 3, who wants to get a divorce? 1, 2. He says that, me too, or something.
He could have said it,
but he doesn't want to participate in anything. He's not involved. A hug? Did you see the hug? He said,
that's like how I hug my brother.
I don't even agree with the touching exercise. Then why are you doing any exercise? You're not doing anything.
So when he said he wanted to go to the bathroom with her when she wanted to go, that's to me danger alert.
Stranger danger. Blink once, blink twice if you're in danger, Emily girl, because we got you. Listen to me. She went from, I'm going back to the selection show when they picked these people. She was one of the most like on this season, she was so independent, all about her career, all about her job, making her money, living her life, doing her thing. And
Never had a
then
relationship.
it's like the Paige Chris thing. It's like now she's in this, and now she's like questioning her own self. Her self-esteem is being, I can't even think right now, but it's like she's walking on eggshells, and that nobody, no woman, no man should ever have to walk on eggshells for the sake of a relationship. You should never feel like you're going to piss him off at any minute. She's at the point where whatever she says negative towards him with regards to their relationship, his whole face changes. If you watch him, he could be 1 minute, they were making the pizza. Remember? They were making the pizza. He's like, oh, this is nice. This is great. And all of a sudden she brought up something about, we have to do this. We have to do that. And his whole face was like, what, bitch?
Well, he said, no, yours is better than mine. So that was the first thing. Like, oh, he's already in competition with her. He's a complete narcissist. He's controlling her from the get-go, and it's just getting worse. And she's got Stockholm syndrome right now because she doesn't know how to get out of it, and she's afraid of him. He's terrifying.
Can we talk about the fact that he called her a red flag to her fucking face at the fucking dinner? Excuse me. That was her moment. If I was there, this is why I can't be on these kind of shows. Because
she hasn't been in a relationship before.
Let's go.
She hasn't been in a relationship, so she doesn't know what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, I guess. And she likes him so much.
That is a reason.
But I think she likes him so much. Even if you've never
been in a,
but she likes him so much. She's like,
I don't think she's liking him as much anymore. I think it's starting to dwindle for her. She's actually, I feel like the light bulbs are switching on for her, and her not being in a relationship before, I don't think that's an excuse, because whether or not you've been in a relationship with a man, you know how you want to be treated, and you know how you want to feel internally. And like Tanya said, she knows she's walking on eggshells with this person. She's not happy.
No.
But she's also questioning him on certain things. Like she told him, you haven't changed. You give me the same tired lines consistently. There hasn't been any change. So I don't feel that she's like, oh, I'm just going to accept any old thing. I think some of her independence is starting to show. I think by the next episode, we'll probably see a little bit of a different, reaction from her with him.
But why is he staying? He obviously is not attracted to her. He obviously doesn't want to be in the relationship. Why is he staying?
Camera time. He wants to be a star. Huh? Camera time. He wants to be a star. That's why it's competition. That's why when she does something, he tries to outdo her, or it's always a reaction or a remark to put her down. So he looks like he's, elevated. He's a mess.
But it's backfiring. If that's what he was trying to do, it's backfiring badly. I seem to think that, again, let's go back to the beginning when we first started talking about this season of Married at First Sight. Remember he said that his worst, I forgot what it was. He said his worst, and this speaks volumes, his worst thing that he saw was like his parents. Like his parents are obviously toxic to each other. Like, but they stayed together. Because he's like, when I get married, I want to be married, and that's it. I want to be like my parents, because my parents have been married for like 40-something, 50 years. And yeah, they've had some issues, whatever, but they're together. And that's what I want. I don't ever want to get divorced. He's a product of who raised him. I think his parents are literally toxic to each other, because who says that? Like, the only toxic relationship that you can relate to, or you only know of, or you can bring up, is your parents. So it's leading me to believe that his daddy, he's just like his daddy, and he married Emily, and he's trying to mold her to be like his mama.
But I don't understand what he doesn't like about her. I mean, is it just that he's not
100%.
attracted to her? Because if he's not attracted to her, he could at least have some. You could at least be like, okay, let's just get through the experiment, this and the other. He seems like he has such disdain for her. Like he don't even like her. He's not attracted, obviously, but it sounds like he don't even like her. So why stay? Why is he? He's not even trying.
It's an ego thing. If he leaves, if he pulls a Claire or if he pulls an Orion, that is a reflection on him. For him, it's about who he is and how people perceive him. Hence, when he said with Dr. Cal and them, I'm not doing certain things on TV, but motherfucker, you signed up for this. Like, don't sign up for any reality show.
If you don't want to be on a reality show,
turn around and say, I don't want to be on TV, or I don't want to put certain things on TV. I don't want to talk about this for TV. Vanessa, that whole follow into the bathroom thing, when I watched that and he's like, I'll come with you. And she's like, no, you won't. And I was like, bro, you gonna wipe my ass?
No, he's going to follow.
Outside the bathroom?
He was going to follow her and then reprimand her and say, make sure, don't say anything. Are you okay? Is everything okay? And bully her into not saying anything. I don't trust him at all.
That's it.
At all.
It's toxic. And the fact that nobody on the production team or anybody, I mean, I don't know how this works, but I'm just saying that nobody at what point, I get it, it's good TV, we're talking about it. But at what point does somebody step in and say, I don't like this for her? Like, this is not healthy. And
Dr. Pia did that, though.
Needs to step in.
Dr. Pia did that to him. It's like, she can answer for us. She tried to advocate for her. You can answer for yourself. No, she's trying to put him in check. Dr. Pia, it doesn't work. It doesn't. So at least Dr. Pia felt like she was at least advocating for her a little bit and making, trying to protect her from, but he's awful. He's really,
I worry for her. Like, I worry for her even after the show is over. Like, how he's going to be made to look and how he's being perceived on social media. And Lord, I'm just hoping that she says no. If they make it that far, I'm hoping she says no. But I worry for her that he's got them toxic traits, that he'll be that dude that he could kill you. Listen, I watch enough investigation, discovery, and oxygen TV. Listen, I'm a pro at this. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
Agreed.
I have a little faith in her that she's gonna turn that corner. I think that the light bulbs are going off for her. That because it's painful for her to be in this relationship with someone who clearly doesn't like her, and she feels that. There's just, you can argue it all day. He can say all the words or whatever, but she knows he doesn't like her.
Yeah.
And I don't think that she's gonna stay in it too much longer. I hope that it's her that walks away and not him saying, like, I'm fed up. I hope it's her that says I'm done.
I don't think he's gonna. If he hasn't done it now, he's not gonna do it. He's waiting for her to do it. If he hasn't done it now, he hasn't done it already. He just doesn't like her.
She does give a good mean side eye, though. I love her side eyes when he says something when he says something that she's like, and she's just like, she'll put up her drink and she'll be like.
But she needs to open her goddamn mouth. Side eye is great, but open your mouth and advocate for yourself aggressively, just as aggressively as he's doing it when he's advocating for his BS.
I agree.
I'm hoping the next few episodes we see her do that, because I'm really tired of her in those looks. I know it's the side eye and she's kind of clocking it, but no, ma'am, open your mouth. Open your mouth.
I agree with you 100%. Who else? Oh God. Clare and Cam. Let's light a candle for Clare and Cam. They're dead.
First of all, why on earth would you have Orion give dating advice to anyone? As soon I was like, don't listen to him. Don't let that tell him. Don't listen to anything that has to do with the opposite. He's like, yeah, you should advocate more for yourself when you, you should make sure that you take care. I was like, shh, stop.
He
Don't.
sounded like a 5th grader. He sounded so stupid. He didn't even have the vocabulary to give him any kind of advice. And I'm so tired of them bringing back people that are obviously dumb. Did you guys watch the Frasier thing last week?
The what?
When what's the guy when they had like
all Kevin Frazier? Yes, I
podcasters?
watched it. Yes,
Did you
I
watch
did.
it? Right.
Yeah.
I was really upset with those women, specifically the Black women. Nobody went hard for the way he acted and behaved about that Redskin thing. And then they were just like, yeah, I get it. He was upset about that and whatever, but she was being, insensitive. I get it for a moment. But the way he has treated her ever since, reeling her in and then dropping her, reeling her in, and all these mind manipulation games that he's playing, and no one has really called him to the carpet. And then to have him come this week and give somebody advice, that was horrific. It makes me want to say, fuck this show.
Did you see the previews?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like ridiculous.
You saw the previews between Orion and her, right?
And she hugs him?
Huh?
When she hugs him?
No, when they may be getting back together.
Oh no, I did not see that.
No, I didn't see that. No. I was only focused on Michael's new bride. All I'm gonna say is this. Shahida, I agree with you in nobody holding Orion's feet to the fire with the whole R word. But here's my thing, and I've been screaming this on social media because nobody is saying this, and I've been screaming it, and I've said it on the podcast. It's like when she asked him, have you ever said the N-word? He was like, yes, very quickly. Oh, sure, yes, I said it. And then he chalked it up. I was in high school. And she's like, oh, okay, she gave him grace on that. But then when he brought up the R word and she was like, I never heard of that. And they're in the hot tub. Everybody's skin gets a little pink when they're hot. And it's like, oh, I get it. And then he got all offended and he couldn't get out of his fucking feelings with it. I needed Pia. I'm just naming all the Black folks. Pia, Cal, Kevin Frazier, and the 3 Black people that he has on, I can't remember their names, but the 3 Black people that he has on his little refreshing show, they should have gotten his ass. I would have not let up. I would have been like, so Orion, you couldn't give her grace? But you said the N-word. You said the N-word and said it immediately. Like, yes, I've said it. Like he said it like, bitch, you should know the answer to that. And nobody's holding his feet to the fire. I don't like that. And I'm going to go back to last week's episode because when they had that group dinner, we didn't podcast that last week because obviously it was the holidays, but it was the group dinner. And of course they show up and whatever the hell happened between them two, or he said some shit. And then she literally went into the fetal position and started crying. It was a Black woman producer that literally was like, this isn't what's going to happen. And I respect her and I want to know who she is because she literally came in when Lauren literally crouched down and started crying. I felt that with my whole ass chest. And I was like, bitch, you shouldn't be going through this shit. And that Black woman came and like hugged her and embraced her and got her off camera real quick. I want to know who that bitch is because I want her on this podcast because I want to give her fucking flowers. I don't understand why nobody has held his feet to the fire about saying the N-word.
But it's not just that, it's his whole demeanor. It's his manipulation game.
We need to start doing what Indians do. We need to start doing what Jewish people do. We can't let that shit go. Just because you said that shit when you was in high school I'm not letting that shit go. Because obviously you're not going to let me live my life if I mistakenly said the R word or said some other derogatory racial term when I was in high school.
But with him, it's more than just the words that she said. He is a manipulator. And it wouldn't matter what little thing. He likes to grab onto things and torture women with it. That's what he's doing, because he in every instance, even like the one where she had sex with somebody 3 months ago. So it was like a nice conversation. Oh, you didn't live up to my standards. Let me take sex off the table to you. Like, your fucking penis means anything to me at this point. But he feels like at that, he likes to control women. That's his issue. So it's going to be anything, I feel like, not just because in the way she said redskin, I mean, like, dude, she was like, oh my God, oh, I get it now. Your nose is red. And he immediately lost his fucking mind.
He was.
I'm so sick of him.
I didn't even care about the whole sex thing that she had sex 2 months ago. Because at the end of the day, this is a whole new world for us at this stage of the game. Like, I'm supposed to give up my life. I mean, I know I signed up for this, but if I'm gonna get married in like 2-3 months, or I don't even know I've been selected yet. Right. Like, I'm supposed to give up my whole entire life because
she didn't know she was selected yet. Once you're selected, I feel like you need to stop.
Yeah, but still, he is just a typical man. Sorry, Chris.
He's not.
Well, he's not, but I'm saying he gave me typical man vibes. Like, oh, you had sex 2 months ago. Like, we just got married and you had sex 2 months ago. Typical man vibe. Like, men want to like
marry a virgin.
Woman, that's my wife. I'm not comfortable that she just had her back blown out 2 weeks.
He was just looking for any excuse not to be with her. And he hung on to the redskin thing. Then the sex thing was like, oh, there it is. That's my out. I'm out. I'm done. I don't know if he was attracted to her, or he was like, I can't measure up to what she deserves, knowing how she was. I think that was knowing what she deserves and how open and how kind and how accepting and how malleable she is to supporting him. He couldn't match up for that. He couldn't match up to that. We need an excuse.
He's gay.
What?
He's gay.
He's gay.
Yeah,
I said that
at the beginning. He's bisexual. He was not.
He went on a date with a woman. He went on a date with a man too. You're right.
Yeah. Well, he's whole gay. He's not bisexual. He's whole gay.
But he has a lot of issues, internal issues. Remember that whole Apple thing? Red on the outside, white on the inside, with his Caucasian father. He's trying to be super Native American. He wants you to know, and what, are we supposed to fucking wash his feet at this point? Because he's really trying to lean in to a lot of stuff that he has to deal with internally.
I'm going with Vanessa. He's whole gay. Whole gay.
He got something.
Vanessa knows. Vanessa's the most professional up in here with us, with the gays. Listen to me. He's whole gay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Team Vanessa with that one. He'll be on RuPaul's Drag Race next year.
Playing
an Indian goddess.
Yeah, let's move on.
Ponytail around.
Let's get to Clare and.
Let's get to Clare and Cameron.
It's such
listen, Clare and Cameron is a moot point. They decided they didn't want to be together anymore. Move next.
But I'm trying to figure out. What they both. Well, first of all, in the after party, so since you didn't see it,
I did.
Oh, you did see it. So everyone knows that. When he said she tried to initiate sex and he said no.
And I don't think Rudy believed that bullshit either, because she was just like, when did he do this exactly?
Exactly.
When did that happen?
Because here's the thing. This is what I took from it. And I think Rudy should have went a little further, which I would have if I was sitting in that chair. She said that the group all went out for drinks and dinner or whatever. They all went out, but Cameron didn't go. He stayed home, or he had to work or something. So it's leading me to believe, because I'm thinking if I'm going out with my crew, drinks is about to be had and we turn it up. So when she got home and she decided to try to initiate sex, he was probably like, okay, I'm going to be a gentleman. He probably didn't do it the right way, but he probably
said,
was like, I'm going to be a gentleman because you've been out, you've been drinking, and I'm not gonna take advantage of you like that.
She said, he said, ew.
I don't think
that's not being polite. I don't believe it happened. I believe she's embellishing it. I believe she's lying about a lot of stuff. Like her whole thing, and it's easy to rely on, well, these things happen off camera. But we did see how you were acting on camera, and you never gave this man the time. He was into you. I saw that. Everybody saw that. So he was into you, but you kept feeding the narrative like you didn't know. You wasn't getting that same vibe or whatever. No, you didn't want that vibe because you weren't into him.
She's not into him. She's not into him because he's not her type. Did y'all watch? Oh, I watched last week's after party when Cameron was on there, and he literally verbatim said, I'm not her type. She's into athletic black guys.
She said black guys?
Black. No, not she. Cameron said it. So where the hell is Cameron getting that from? But from her. I'm into athletic black guys.
She was never attracted to him. She was never attracted to him.
He's not her type.
Because also the funny when they doing the breakup thing, going through the wedding book, like, oh, she's very like, oh wow, yeah, this makes me sad, but I ain't gonna fuck you. But yeah, oh wow, oh, you know what? It's so weird that he's not gonna be here, but it's just tearing me apart. And you know what's just really sad that it didn't work out. And he's kind of like, yeah, because I'm not a brother. Yeah, I get it. He's like, so you want me to leave?
That's rough.
And she's like, yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I hope we stay in touch. She's like, I hope I see you again. I hope I see you again. He's like, yeah. Anyway, and I ended up liking Cameron. I ended up liking him.
Me too.
More than I liked him at the beginning, because he seems like a genuine person.
Yep.
And I think he was attracted to her. I think he did like her. And I think he would have made it work. But they also had fundamental. Remember from the beginning when they started talking about fundamental things? They are not on the same page at all when it comes to kids, religion, this and the other. And she was looking for something to hook into, like, yeah, you know what? You know, it's not. Yeah.
There's also that same dynamic that Clint had back in the day when he would use a word and she didn't understand. And she'd be like, oh, I didn't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're that fancy word. He did the same thing. And she's like, what are you talking? Can you just talk normal? Like, girls, both of them need to up their vocabulary game.
For real though. Oh my God!
I did not know that about the
baby.
black guy.
The baby want his little meal. He's like, "Mama, come feed me." Okay, listen.
He sounded more mature than friggin' Claire,
who's a therapist, by the way, licensed.
There's no way.
She is going to lose so much business after this because no one, like you said, Chris, no one is going to want to go to her. Bitch, you couldn't fix. This would be me. Bitch, you couldn't fix your own marriage.
Didn't even try.
I'm supposed to pay you.
I have nothing more to say after y'all told me about the black guy, because I'm sorry, as tall as he is, and you know,
that's
I
all
thought
he
he was
got.
a decent looking dude. But if you want a black guy, ain't no white guy gonna no.
But that's all he's got. He had one trait of the black man that she loved, and that's the height. And listen, he's a tall ass man, tall drink of water. But other than that, his skin wasn't right. His build, his height was right, but not his skin and not his athleticism. Like, he's a biker. He's kind of thinly. No, she wasn't into him.
But I think when she says a black guy, it's a whole thing. It's a whole vibe. He doesn't have that vibe. He's a nice guy, but he doesn't have a black guy vibe.
No, but here's the thing. Be honest about it. When you go through this process,
She should have said, I want a black man.
I am particular to black men because I don't like, oh God, let me just.
What if she just asked
I am not into white men. I will not date a white man. Y'all know this. It is what it is. My preference is a black man, period, end of story. If I went on Married at First Sight or any type of relationship reality show and they ask me, what's your type? The first word out my mouth is black.
But she probably said, I want a tall, athletic man, right? Open to whatever. And she got a 6'6" biker. She got a tall, athletic man, and they probably like, well, if she's open to any race, but she didn't say, no, but I'd like a tall, athletic black man. That's a whole different ballgame. Maybe she was like, maybe
asked them about race. They asked them about race.
She probably was like, I'll be open.
Interracial couples and families.
Open.
You gotta ask about that. So I'm pretty sure she was asked the question, and probably her being politically correct, she's probably like, open. No, I'm not open to anything. I'm open to a specific type. This is what I want.
Maybe if they had
what I want.
Maybe if she had a white basketball player, if he played basketball or had some son, because Cameron had no kind of flavor at all. He's New Zealand. If he had some
if
tall,
he had
a little bit of flavor, a little bit of vibe, I think it would work. I think it would have worked. But Cameron has New Zealand biker Kiwi guy. It wasn't, but he was tall and athletic. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really messed up. That they put him through the ringer for no reason. Then
none.
It was that went on too long. I wish I had saw that episode because I really did not know that she was into black guys. But I would like to see what her siblings, what their relationships are, because maybe she chose him because she wanted to bring a white guy home. And then just realized, no, that's not what I want. Maybe she didn't really know. Maybe she really thought she was open to just anybody until they brought just anybody. And she was just like, no, it's not the vibe I'm looking for. So then that would be an honest mistake. But she seems like a liar. So I don't believe anything that she says.
No. Vanessa?
Agreed. Also, remember when they were doing the sports challenge and you could see her guns and she's like, again, competitive, but she's definitely like a gym rat. So I'm sure she wanted a big, buff, athletic dude, so he was not her type at all. And I do feel sorry for Cameron. I think he was a decent guy.
That was messed up.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, if I went on a show like that and then come to find out you only wanted to date a white girl, I would be like pissed. Like,
for real,
you hook me up with this dude who only wanted a white girl, or somebody else.
Preference is preference. If you're gonna marry someone at first sight, you should ask for exactly what you want.
Exactly. Don't be like, open, and then come to find out you want a short, a tall black guy. That's a short guy. Oh well. But I'm glad it ended, and I'm glad. I didn't like the way Cameron did it. I thought that at the table was very immature.
Yeah, that was
a conversation. Go ahead, have it. Not like, say what you want on the count of three. What are you in the 5th grade? That was
juvenile. It was juvenile, but again, I'm gonna chalk it up to, it's just it's a situation. They were at dinner, and it was disrespectful. I didn't like it. I thought it was very juvenile, but
I felt like a few things that he did made him seem very immature too, to me. But he at least was likable. She came off as very unlikable. Hers was not more because I think she was, again, she had a little, mean girl tendency to it. And it's like, how it is when somebody really is into you and you don't like them, and then you try and be nice, and then you just go into full bitch mode, because I know I do.
She's very bossy too.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
Very bossy too. Every time he tried to talk, she cut him off. She said, "No, this is what you mean," or "No, this is what we're going to do." She was very bossy and controlling, and shut him down constantly.
Because she did not like him. She was in full bitch
too.
mode.
Remember, she talked about his shorts. She talked all the time. Why are you wearing that? She didn't like him from the beginning. That's why she wasn't giving him any at all, ever. There was never, there was not one moment in the whole show where I saw her go, maybe, nope. She was just like, nope.
Friend zoned his ass real quick.
And if she came to him saying that she wanted sex, and him knowing that she was into black guys, he's like, I am not whipping out this penis. I will keep it to myself. And we will go on about our way, miss.
What I ain't gonna do, ma'am, is embarrass myself and whip up my little pasty white pee-pee. And then you're gonna talk about me for the rest of my days because it wasn't a big black poo-poo. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got. Anyway.
Who's next?
Let's go to poor Becker and Austin. Them two, listen. Jesus, take the goddamn wheel, because
literally.
What the hell are we having these kind of conversations? Motherfucker, I've been married before and I didn't even have these. Well, I guess maybe I should have, because then I would have never got married and then I would have saved myself. But here's what I'm saying. It's like, who has these kind of conversations? Talking about going
I definitely had that conversation.
Huh? But why did she
I definitely had that conversation, especially if you're thinking about having children with somebody, and there's always one person in the relationship to be like, oh, religion means nothing to me. But as soon as the children come, then all of a sudden it changes. Like for me, I mean, I'm not super religious, but I want to raise my children in the Islamic faith, and that's what I did. My ex-husband is Catholic. Is it okay if they don't, they can do the Christmas stuff with you or whatever, but they are not going to be Catholic. But as soon as they came along, it was like, oh, but you don't even go to Catholic church. I go to the mosque every Friday. What are you talking about? So yeah, but why it becomes a big deal when the children come. So it's good to get it out now.
But why is she a wreck about, like, she was losing it, like, I'm going to hell and we're not going to be together in the afterlife. I mean, she is so far into the future of doom and despair. It was like she was a teenager, like, how old is she? She's 32, right? So yeah, she can have a logical approach to, let's discuss this. What about the concept of hell, heaven and hell? Do you even agree on it? Is it a thing? But she was just so deeply in despair of something that is a concept. I felt she was really, really fragile, and I was surprised at how much judgment she put on herself. I know that, because he was talking about how he was raised. But that's all he said, how he was raised, not he condemns her because she's not, Christian and all that stuff. She put so much on her that it went deep, fast, and did not have to be that bad.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
All of what you just said, right, made me dislike her after this episode, because you are creating a problem when there really isn't a problem. It was a discussion to be had, but like you said, she went off. You wanted to have this emotional breakdown. So my next question from him would be, why did you want to have this emotional breakdown? I'm talking to you as an adult to an adult, and you're talking about when we die, we're not going to end up in the same place. That did not seem logical to me. And that whole episode with her, just crying, and the talk with Pastor Cal, I stopped liking her after that, because I feel like she's going to be a problem. And I've been feeling that for the last few episodes that she's been creating things to get some type of emotional response out of him, and I don't think that's healthy. And I'm leery of her now.
While Chris is thinking, I got one sentence to say, and then I'll be done, and then I'm done. Why are we talking about the afterlife? Like, I'm dead.
Why are we crying about it?
Like, I mean, I'm crying about it. Like, I don't care who I'm with, who I'm in love with, who I'm married to. You can tell me you're going to the fiery pits of hell or the fiery pits of purgatory when you die, whatever aura is in the religion that you practice. I'm fucking dead. Talk to me if I can come back to life and have a redo and live a even more fabulous life than what I'm living right now. Otherwise, I'm in an urn somewhere, burnt up, and living my best life. That's all. Chris, I'm gonna leave the final saying to you because I know you got to go.
No, I think she wants it so badly, and it's. I'm curious on what's going on behind the cameras. Like when we don't see the cameras, is he the type of person that's on camera, really, supportive, nice, and then off camera, a little bit of shady, a little bit like, oh, you're going to hell? Because remember they brought up, why did it come up? Remember who was it? Rudy said, Rudy Huxtable said, how did it come up? And she was like, oh,
he was designing a hat. He was designing a fucking hat.
But to get triggered from you're going to hell, you're going to hell, to her to have such a reaction over, I don't know. There's something. I feel like there's a missing.
You feel like you're missing.
There's something between for her to get literally sobbing. So I mean,
but pay attention. She's been leading up to this all week. She's been leading up, not all week, since it started. She's been leading up to some kind of like breakdown, because every episode she's always on the brink of tears, or I'm so concerned about something. So this is just the tip of the iceberg for her. It's always going to be something. I think that's who she is. And maybe if you look back at her other relationships, when she claims that she was like always running it. I don't think so, because she's in a tizzy.
I still think the homosexual gay thing is prevalent there, saying that I really think it's a religious thing. I think it's a religious thing that he does not like any heterosexuals, and that I think it's a component behind the scenes.
But he says his church accepts homosexuals.
That doesn't mean he does.
He said, I know, but he was telling her, I don't have a problem with that. My church has accepted. He did not come out and say, I don't have, but I think because they were talking about the church, he let her know that his church doesn't have a problem with that. So there's
something missing for her to be that hysterical. It's
her.
Well, she did say she grew up Jewish, and that they don't. She's thought that Christians think Jews will go to hell because they're not baptized in the Christian faith. So that's a fundamental thing that she needs to let go, because who cares? And if you're going to build a life together, you decide what you want to do. So maybe that's her misunderstanding, and she's just, as you said, she get like in a tizzy because she can't get that concept out of her mind. I don't know.
Okay, all I'm going to say is this. It's become such an issue with them, with religion and whatever. I think at this point, and I was hoping that the cow would have said it, because he's a pastor, for God's sakes. I would have thought that someone would have said to her by now, because I was screaming this at the TV when I was watching it yesterday. How about this, Becca and Austin? Austin, how about you arrange a whole ass day, bring her back around your family. Let's sit her down with your people because these are the people that are going to let her know how they are. His parents, his siblings, if he has any cousins, aunties, uncles, and then go to his church and sit down with his pastor and have a discussion.
Just like Shaq did. Remember Shaq went to church?
That part.
Shaq-
Yep. Time to do it. It's time
I
to
forgot
do it.
about
It's
that.
like, why is she crying and having these full-blown meltdowns when it can all be squashed by going back and sitting down and having a conversation with his whole ass family? I mean, his immediate family, I should say.
That's what I'm saying.
And
There
then
must
go
be
to
something
church.
else. There has to be something else in there that's even more. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
It's her.
I don't know. It's
problematic.
giving me
telling you
shades.
all week,
It's giving me shades
all
of Handmaid's
season.
Tale.
All season that she's emotional. And then the thing is, she talked to his family. One, she's creating a narrative in her head that is so negative. And again, I wasn't even thinking about it this way, like how far. I mean, like, you're really looking at where the two of you going to be after death. Like, just enjoy your life, ma'am. To me, like, again,
I don't
that's all I'm
think
gonna
about
say.
it.
She's
I
been
don't
leading
think
up
about
to
it.
it.
Period.
She's been leading up to it. She's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the pink dye. She's crazy.
Ooh, child, got into her scalp, child, got into her scalp. Anyway, look at here. We're good. Vanessa, thank you for being here and taking time out of your busy boss schedule.
Always
and Chris,
a pleasure.
you know you got to go. We love you guys. Yeah, so let's
Girl, you don't know how hyped I am to see you in Devil Wears Prada. That is
I'm
so
excited. Yeah, Shahida, we're gonna have to go. Okay, so wait a minute, Vanessa. One last thing. And Chris, if you have to drop off. One last thing. If you're debuting in December, you said?
No, we probably open. I think previews are in October. So I think we open like November-ish. So I'll be running there for, I mean, at least 9 months to a year. So you'll have plenty of time to come.
All right. Yeah, because my sister-in-law turns 50 in October. So I might have to, she wants to take an extravagant trip for her 50th birthday. I might have to push that bitch off until
we can talk about that. We can talk about this offline.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that offline.
Say goodbye, folks. Goodbye.
All right, hold on.
Wait for the outro.
Shh, let me cue the outro.